Hello, I'm Cody, and welcome to Session 3 of my Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire turn-based Triple Crown attempt. Last time we explored the Angwithan dig site. Aloth joined us, though masquerading as somebody else, like Angworth or something like that. We had a vision of Aethys, who implored us not to follow him and insisted something beautiful was going to happen. And then we returned to Port Mage, where we will head in now. I'll start with this Garechi Street. Hopefully, having an extra party member and an extra level for our last attempt, we won't die here. As you make your way along through the side streets of Port Mage, you come upon visible traces of the storms passing. Many of the houses here boast cracked window panes and sagging awnings, and you pass narrow streets strewn with foliage and debris. The cobblestones beneath your feet are still slick with water and silt. Before long, you are ankle-deep in sucking mud and loose stones. The flooding only worsens up ahead, where the water level rises to the knees. Most of Port Mage's residents have fled this region for dry land. But the murmur of raised voices ahead, and the occasional splash, suggests that you are not entirely alone. Oh, and we apparently gained a level on enter. I did not realize we were right next to a level up. Nice. Well, two of us did at least. So not just a level ahead of when we died last time, but now two. For at least a couple of the characters. I remember really liking this in the last game, mostly just because it was a free extra attack. It doesn't seem to do as much damage here, though. Into 14. What's it upgrade into? Enemy's armor rating reduced for the next attack they receive. Allows the fighter to pull allies to safety. Neat, but not something I love. Not solid. Alright, also need to double check roguely stuff. Blinding? I do not mind blinding. Ooh, yes, I remember really liking the Gouging Strike. I mentioned early on in this playthrough that I was considering a fighter rogue for my protagonist, and Gouging Strike is one of the reasons. The idea of an attack that just causes a little bit of chip damage every round until you either win or lose is really good, potentially. I will grab Blinding Strike just so that I can prepare for grabbing Gouging Strike at level 7. Let's get more of that, and I don't know. I don't like the idea of metaphysics. It's rough, because we've seen a few items that are like, yeah, if you have this stat, this item, or this passive skill, this item works better. So I feel like I would like to know what the items available to me in the later bits of the game are before choosing my passive skills, but I mean, I'm obviously not going to look it up. It feels like to make the smart decision, I would have to know. I don't particularly want any more invocations, rather, I don't think. I mean, the paralyzed one's interesting. The fact that it's only one round, though, and of course I hate cones. They're so hard to judge without, even with the AoE indicators when you're not playing expert mode, they're still hard to judge, honestly. I definitely don't mind long stride, but I should really be getting the weapon and shield style and the one-handed style eventually, so I might as well get started on that. My deflection up.
Interesting. Yes? Absolutely.
I shall be discreet.
This kind of looks like a better angle to approach from, too. It's a shame. Didn't come here the last time. It might not have been killed. Wait, are these not hostile this time? Oh, now they are. Okay.
Yes?
Uluthen. These uns are in for a walloping.
Yeah. Lavru be on seek.
Yeah, it's a nice start.
Something I can do?
Kind of thinking heading Edar over in this general direction. Can't decide if that's smart or not. I think Chie could manage these alone, but I don't think I'm going to keep him back for safety's sake. Nice.
Aye?
Lava beyond seek.
Never lucky.
Happy to oblige. I think that's beyond me. Lavru be on seek.
Hmm?
This is going quite
Yes?
well this time.
Very well.
Oh?
But they can certainly still hit hard.
Lava beyond seek.
What do you need?
Happy to oblige. Moeth Ixie Oneth.
Nice shots there.
How may I
Shows
help?
he
These uns are in for a walloping.
What can I do you for?
Something I can do?
What can I do? That's for my friends.
Yes?
No mercy.
What can I do? Yeah? Never you mind that, miss.
Yeah?
I'll land the next one.
Oh?
These uns are in for a walloping.
Hey,
What can I do? Happy to oblige. Time to separate the chaff.
Gee, so easy. How'd I die last time? It's a unique amulet. Protective Eothesian Charm. +1 perception. When near death grants Darkest Before Dawn, which grants health over time and reduces incoming damage when near death. It's kind of like what Chie gets just for being a moon elf. Or moon elf, moon god-like. That's what it's called. You got the max health thing. What is yours? Yeah, this is probably better than his necklace, though. I don't like taking it off since it's got, like, storyline or, like,
This'll
lore
impress the
significance
ladies.
for him.
Happily.
Arquebus. Took Arquebus proficiency with Chie, so how do I cancel that? There we go. No. There, you go into the stash. There's this yellow. Weird.
Dim in the lantern. Indeed.
Oh, just having a look. No harm in that, right? Yeah. I was clearly gonna rob that house. I appear to be unwilling to do anything about it.
Nothing but endless grey mist. This is not the afterlife I was promised.
My friend here is a harvester of Gone. She'll help you find your way.
Right. You'd best follow me then.
She addresses the empty air, a smidge to the left of where the deceased woman actually stands. But when she glides her lantern through the soul's amorphous form, the essence coalesces inside.
Yes?
Not much cause to come out this way unless you're looking for trouble. Although you've found it.
The young elf's hands drops to the pistol in his belt, palming the grip. Faintest hint of a sneer plays about his lips as he watches you, unblinking. Savia sent me. She needs you to put a stop to the looting. Ilari snorts, his nose wrinkling. He regards you for a moment longer in expected silence. Then he throws his head back, letting out a braying, unpleasant laugh.
Merle, she must be desperate. Not so desperate as to come here on her knees to beg for herself, but she sent you. No, there's my answer. I get my cut. There's no sense in ruining a good thing.
Interesting. I could go with the first option and say that Savia will owe him a favor, which I'm fairly confident would probably work. I mean, giving him 40 copper is so cheap. So cheap, why not? There you go. Here's no money. Just 40 cents, effectively. Ilari's eyes dart to the coin in your hand. He runs his tongue over his teeth, making a show of looking around in both directions.
Ah, Dermio.
Ilari sniffs, mouth twisting into a smug smirk, and pockets the coins.
Tell Savia this isn't permanent. Second the water clears up and things are back to normal, we're through. I'll spread the word. Gorechi Street is under lawful protection now.
That's good. And that got me the other couple of level ups we needed.
Gotta wait in my lantern now. Almost feel like I can hear the soul when I jostle it around. With every soul, my lantern's getting heavier and heavier in my hand.
I don't know why I can ask her this, but sure, how are you feeling? Suffered any recent nightmares?
I did, recently with you. You were walking the depths of the ocean, but you didn't drown. And in your hand, You gripped the key to Aora's end. I've seen stars wreathing a statue's brow, and souls flowing like tears over gleaming Audra. And then my god headed into the heart of the storm, where he could find the darkness. Tell me what's on your mind?
Why would I care whether or not she's swearing? Who gives a fuck?
Sure thing, Watcher.
Alright, leveling up. Oh, I'm getting level 3 spells. Dang, Fireball's a cast. I thought for sure it was a standard action. Four rounds, that's not terrible. Is it still self-only? Yeah. Also, it doesn't really matter since I can't multi-turn. Suppose vulnerabilities, I remember always thinking will be good, and then finding that I could never use it, or if I did use it, it was always only either raise or miss, making it largely pointless. Still might end up taking it, though, for lack of substantially better choice. And spellcasters, much like the first game, I mean, they're a lot better than the first game because they're not limited to everything per day, but they still... The spells just don't seem good enough for the limitations. You know, I mean, he's been casting this minor missile, but, like, it does about the same amount of damage as a regular attack. At which point, why care to use a per-encounter ability on it? Like, Fireball at least has AoE to it, but again, it's only about twice as much damage as he gets just out of plinking away with his bow. For something he'll only be able to use once a round, and due to being a cast type, will be actively difficult to actually hit multiple targets with, because they'll... Not all of the time, but a lot of the time they'll just move out of the way but before you get a chance to resolve it. I'm still going to take it because it's Fireball, but... Annoying. And then I'll take the concentration. Yeah, combat focus. Just gain a pulse of concentration and start a fight. More athletics and some history, I think. Sure, why not? I don't know. I feel like I have way less of an idea of what to do with my skill points than in the first game. Give an ally smart for 10 rounds. That's not bad. It's just not decisively something that changes the outcome of a combat, most likely. It could be decent. Single target. Decent damage. Reduction in deflection. Only 3 rounds. I thought this lasted longer. I mean, that's only 15 health at best. I mean, int scaling, she might get 4 rounds out of it. I don't remember what her int is. Much like with the first game, it's hard to see your character's stats from here. I'd have to, like, exit out, go back into the character screen. It's a whole thing. Yeah. Pathfinder, Kingmaker, and Wrath of the Righteous do a much better level up and ability tree system where you can kind of see everything more easily. They have their problems as well, but overall I think they manage it much better. Burst of electrical energy. What's the automatic one? The cone attack, which I always hate. And it's not even foe selecting, which for cones especially is even harder. Combat focus. I think I do just take the prayer for this. It feels so weak, but giving +5 more int to Chie, just even more duration and radius. It's amusing, if nothing else. See how maximized I can get Chie's int once she gets, what's it called? Duality of Mortal Presence. Get the +10 int out of that, +5 from Smart. The massive starting int she has. And an item. 20, should be up to 38 with those buffs once I get everything where I want it.
Something must be wrong with my vision. No matter how much I blink, I cannot make out more than blurry lights in the darkness. But you are quite blinding.
I am sorry, but you're dead. Come with me. I'll help you.
Dead? Oh, but this is terrible.
The spirit sighs, wispy shoulders slumping.
Let me ease this one's pain, Watcher.
Dark eyes solemn, Shoti circles her lantern around the departed soul. And where to now? I think it's just to talk to the governor. I like the ability to go directly to interiors, skips an extra load screen. Better solution would be to just make the load screens not so tedious, but I'll take it.
What can I do for you?
I have information from the dig site.
At last, Belfetto, tell me, please, what has happened? How much have we lost? I must know.
I saw the same destruction Aethys wreaked in Caed Nua. Udrisi is dead, along with most of your animancers.
I see. And the work? Odorisi's notes? Was there nothing of his research?
Clario's gaze searches yours with almost feverish anticipation. I should have looked at these notes. I remember collecting them and thinking, oh, I should read those once we get done with the cutscene, but then we had all that stuff with Aethys, and I forgot. So now I don't really know what's in them. So I see no reason to lie. If I'd read them and saw it was something I should hide from him, then maybe, but alright. I found these.
You did. Gods be kind.
Lario takes the bundled notes from you with barely restrained urgency. Within moments, he is flipping through the papers, his eyes sweeping back and forth across the pages.
Belfetto! Belfetto! We are saved!
Lario lets out a relieved, almost giddy laugh, looking up with you with a toothy grin. Okay. Looking up at you with a toothy grin. He grins, he hides. A grin he hides, soon after, beneath a cough and a look of some regret.
That is, Odorisi's legacy is not wholly lost. I like to believe the man would find that pleasing.
He folds the papers once again and sets his hands over them protectively.
You say this is all the work of the Titan, of Aethys, and you still insist on looking for him? He destroyed your ship, killed my people. Would it not make more sense to sail to the far side of the world and away from all this?
I mean, yes, it would make more sense, but I'm still not going to do it. This is the god of light we're talking about.
You are too trusting in your superstition. Believe in what you have seen and felt. The death of every man and woman at that dig site.
Aethys is using the Adra pillars as an energy source. If I can find more, I can find him.
Merla. He will ravage every outpost in the Deadfire. That Adra is why we are here. Why everyone is here, in truth. The Valiant Trading Company, the Royal Deadfire Company, countless mercenaries. You'll want to go to Nekataka. Queen Onekaza II rules there at the Kahanga Palace. Anyone seeking to do business in the Deadfire Archipelago must negotiate with her first. The Queen knows every Adra vein of worth in the Deadfire. I'm certain she can help you. That is, if she agrees to see you at all.
Then that's where I'm going next.
And for that, you need your ship. I'll arrange it with Ekawa. Between the two of us, I'm certain we can gather the workers we need. Head down to the beach once you are ready to depart.
Alright, thank you for the help then.
Pompiaco, it is only right. After all you have done for me. I won't keep you further. You have a long and very strange journey ahead. Some advice. After you have had your audience with the Queen, seek out the Valian Trading Company. They make their headquarters in Nekataka, and the company always appreciates good help.
A good chunk of experience, and right after having leveled is kind of nice to pull that next level a bit closer. Sell some junk. Also, I didn't
Yeah? Keep it down.
use this on this playthrough, which, yeah, had a magical item. I wasn't sure if it would again. And it does. Enter the same one at that, which means it's probably not randomized. That could be.
Yes, I'd be glad to.
None of my people are particularly good at sleight of hand, are they? I don't know how this actually works. Like, how do I fail? Huh. I did not realize that he got the Barath's Blessing bonus skills too. I thought that only went to the protagonist. Or am I misreading this? She doesn't have any mechanics, so she's certainly not giving him mechanics, through that skill share thing. Interesting.
There's something I can do. Good thinking.
Here you find civilization, Aimika. That is, a wise...
Alright. I don't want to hold on to that just because it's Shuti's like started gear. It's like her iconic outfit or something. Feels wrong to sell it. And up with less money than I thought. I thought I'd get 5,000 or 6,000. Sure I could get there if I sold every little piece of junk I had, but I don't feel like bothering. Where are these again? Incoming hits to grazes. Anybody not got the glove slot filled? There we go.
Why, Bear?
Why do they not have their boot slot filled? Nice to know, but I don't want to exit out to look at everybody. There's a leaf blower right outside my window. Hopefully it's not too annoying. The audiograph does show it being captured a little bit. Don't know if I need to go talk with her, but let's do so in case we do. Head up to Ikawa.
May Amira's winds blow sweet.
Apparently I got more to talk to her, but I thought you should know that I found some Huana at the dig site. They were killed when Aethys arrived.
I see. Governor Clario would call it superstition. I know you speak truth. Are there worse omens than to hear that the god of rebirth has brought death upon your people? I thank you for delivering this news. I will tell their families, and we will mourn them together. But you will journey on, into the god's wake. I wish you luck, outsider. There are enough Mataru here to defend the village. You are safe.
Oh, return to the beach. Right, that makes sense. It's wild that this is the maximum zoom out. I feel like I should be able to zoom out substantially more than this.
Good, you are here. Clario has made good on his promise. We are making ready to free your ship.
I really like this seagull here. Oh, it's leaving. No, come back. Alright. Ikawa gestures towards your vessel, where a motley group of Wana and Vylian workers race to and fro.
I say still that you are fortunate. The ship was nearly lost, but it will float. For how long, I cannot say. You will wish to find a friendly port with some speed, I think.
I mean, I know where Nekataka is. It was on my map. I don't want to be mean, so what if there was another storm?
Then you sink. Come. We will see your Defiant out to sea.
I have received a curious message from Harbinger Vatnir. This missive, written in what looks like dried blood on a slice of tanned leather, came to you rolled and sealed with the mark of the Aurochs. The lettering, spidery and sharp, suggests the sender may have been shivering as they composed it. My glorious Watcher of Caed Nua, I cordially invite you to a feast to be held in your honor. A community of like minds has congregated at Harbinger's Watch, a small outpost located in the southern Deadfire Sea, to witness the Dead Flow's rapid expansion. Soon, ice shall consume all, and Rimergan's dominion over the Dead Aora be unchallenged. We eagerly anticipate hosting your magnificence, with admiration for your many accomplishments. Vatnir, High Harbinger of Dusk.
We should address the matter of our ship's resources before we get underway. It saddens me to inform you that we lost several crew and most of our provisions during the storm. However, Port Margé appears to be well supplied, and I expect the recent disaster has left several sailors in want of a ship. I suggest we contract for additional supplies and crew before we return to open water, or our voyage may indeed be a short one.
Makes sense. see, how do I... Excellent. Put you there. Start healing up from that injury. Don't need to cook that badly, I suppose. And we've got this improved warship. I'll go up there. And there. Guess that's all we got for the Barath points, was we got those two things. Travel speed and combat speed up. And some health up. We could paint it. Make the name white. Hull a deep blue. No. Red, yeah. Let's make it a nice red. And the sails, so it goes well with red. I like yellow and red. Yellow with a black outlines slash accents. I mean, can't really tell. Oh, we're being encountered. As the Defiant leaves Port Mage behind, you casually observe dozens of other ships coming and going, mostly fishing and trade vessels. One craft stands out. An imposing dhow replete with cannons crests into view across the Defiant's starboard bow. Flag raised high atop its sails signifies a wish to parley. However, the dhow approaches at an aggressive speed, suggesting that it may not be easily turned away. Alright, we'll face them. You spin the ship's wheel. Counterclockwise, the ship swings round quickly, disturbing a gull resting on the foremast. The bird voids a white splorch on the deck as a sign of its disapproval. You even out the wheel and bear straight towards the dhow. The distance closes quickly, and soon the massive dhow's hull rolls on the waves beside your ship. Boarding planks emerge and are quickly cast into your ship, along with shouts from its crew notifying you that their captain will be boarding. Several well-armed men cross the planks, their eyes watching every inch of your ship. The crowd parts open to make way for their captain. A tall, well-dressed man, he peers at you with one impeccably groomed eyebrow raised. Following behind the captain, in stark contrast, strides an unkempt Orlan. A pair of pistol grips protrude from his belt, and he casually twirls a stocky firearm around his index finger. His shaggy face, framed by long cobalt blue hair and wildly braided cerulean beard, makes the crooked smirk as he directs at you seem almost sinister.
Ado, Waterocadno. On behalf of the Principes and Patrina, I must request we meet in parley.
And this is... Princes Without a Homeland, loosely connected and regulated organization of pirates. The broad-shouldered captain up-tilts his chin in greeting. When he smiles, his left cheek divots a shallow dimple. You have my attention.
Agrasima. I will make this quick.
He flourishes a courtly bow.
I have heard some marvelous tales regarding your ventures in the Deerwood. In fact, you are the first dragon slayer I have ever met, outside of a grave. Some fools would seek to make a fortune by pilfering from one such as you.
I take it he is not one of those fools. Perhaps we should listen.
Aloth crosses his arms, cautious but curious. Under the captain's words, you hear a faint but insistent buzzing. It blooms, overwhelming Ferranti's voice, drowning out all else around you. No one else seems to notice. A vision. Thunder cracks between your ears, and you glimpse a different sun and Hello. Now my computer just completely seized up in the middle of that conversation, on the boat. So let's see if the game has any sort of autosaves. Oh no, it does not. Well, looks like we'll be rushing back to the boat portion. Oh, we have to redo the fight in Garachi Street. Maybe if I go talk to the guy first, the fight won't happen. Other than that, it was just some dialogue, so we can rush through that and get back to the boat. Very disappointing, though. Outside of the one time I forgot to record my audio, no real technical difficulties recording the first game, but I'm riddled with them this time. I don't even remember what I took with him. Here I do. I got that. Can't believe the game doesn't autosave, like, at all. I would have thought for sure when you load a new zone, at the very least. I think I did that. And here I got shield. That is sword and shield, right? Yeah, infinite shield.
How about that? I'd be glad to.
And we just need to do... Yeah, they don't seem to be too bothered right now. Nope.
Not much cause to come. Tell Sam.
Also, I forgot to talk to her, so that's maybe it's a good thing. I'm sure I would have remembered eventually. I just have no idea what to do at these points. My computer has been just randomly crashing since, well, last summer it started, I think, for no reason that I've been able to pin down. It's very rare, usually goes weeks to months between happening, and then happens completely at random. Just
endless
everything
grind.
seizes up.
This is not the
Rat!
Put that on you. Do that.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
Something must be wrong with my...
I think that's everything here. Lost out on some loot, I suppose, by not doing that combat, but oh well. I did briefly check the footage, so it wasn't thorough, but it looked fine.
At last, Belfetto, tell me, please, what I see. You did, you say this is all the work of the Titan. You are too meh. The Queen knows every other vein, and head down to the beach once you are at Pompia Summit.
I'll do the shopping when I get back here to hire crew. Rather than right now, after I've gotten the ship and done the dialogue that crashed the game. Assuming that, it didn't crash the game. My whole computer went down. I doubt it has anything to do with the game. Much as I could complained about the game having some stuttering and performance issues, I don't think the crash is anything related to it. It's
Keeping
just
out of trouble.
completely random.
A little jest. What is it?
I convinced Dilari to keep a watch on Garachi Street for you.
Perfetto. He's a little shitne, but a lazy one. He will not cause trouble if he does not have to. Easier to work with a familiar face for the moment. I can deal with him later. So, we have one small part of Port Mage under control. A good start. Well, here you are, for your time. If I had 10 women like you, the whole of Port Mage would be set right within the week.
Don't know if talking with Ikawa did anything, but I will redo that dialogue just in case.
You're a follower of the light?
The light? Oh, you mean... well, depends on what you mean by follow.
Maybe you heard earlier? I follow Aethys too. Mostly, in a way. I mean, I am a child of the Dawnstars, even if firstly I'm a Gaunite.
That's good, I guess. For you.
Oh, maybe you don't want to talk about it. That's all right. Surely, some other time, then. Was it the way I said it? Or maybe I'm in need of a washing.
Awkward.
Got a weight in my lantern now. Almost feel like I can hear the soul when I jostle it around. With every soul, my lantern's getting heavier and heavier in my hand. I did, recently with you. You were walking the depths of the ocean, but you didn't drown. And in your hand, you gripped the key to Aora's end. I've seen stars wreathing a statue's brow, and souls flowing like tears over gleaming Audra. And then my god headed into the heart of the storm, where he could find the darkness. Tell me what's on your mind? Sure thing, Watcher.
Hey, I wanted to ask you something. It's about Shodi.
Yeah, what do you want to ask?
She means well. I can see that. And she's spirited, and if I was still young and didn't know the things I know, it'd be different. But anybody got that much faith in any god, let alone Aethys? I don't know how to talk to someone like that. Not these days. I get why she's like that. And I was there once, long time back.
His eyelids flare with relived embarrassment.
But it's 'cause of that I can't see a way to respect it. I'm no good at hiding it from her either. I don't see this getting better.
Yeah, I don't know. We kind of just deal with it. I know I've heard... I don't follow a lot of discussion with this game, and I don't remember how a lot of it. I've heard that, like, half the fucking companions, it sounds like, can romance Shoti depending on your choices. I really don't care. I mean, if she can't deal with the truth, that's her problem, not yours.
Alright. I'm not gonna hide it. Won't be pretty, though.
No idea if that would encourage the romance or not. Could make them get through their issues, or it could make her dislike him. I don't really care, if I'm honest.
May Amira's winds blow sweet. I see. I think there are enough Matar... Good. You are here. I say still that you are fortunate.
It's going to be a bit of repetition in the video once edited and put together, because I'm not going into a lot of effort with editing. Very specifically, would not be doing this if I needed to do a bunch of editing.
It saddens, however, I said...
head on. And it crashed right when we started getting some sort of psychic vision, and the footage seemed to be adequate up to there. A bit blurry near the end, presumably due to some keyframes not being saved correctly, but...
the Principes and Patrina, I must request we meet in parley. Aggress in some...
There we go. So fight against it. I think it was right around here it crashed, so I'll start reading carefully again. You close your mind against the spiritual invasion. The divisions slide around and through your defenses, washing over you as implacably as the sea. The visions streak across your mind's eye, fleeting and incoherent. An elf, dark-haired and battle-scarred, stepping across the gulf between vessels. She shakes Ferrante's hand, and warmth spills through you. Excitement, pride, respect. The imagery melts like candle wax into a lamplit galley swamped with the scent of unwatered rum and sweet fruit, with sailors and their songs and sweat. The scene billows away, ice-cold and clawing, replaced with the crew on deck, solemn and staring as Ferrante grasps one of their own by the throat. No, not one of their own, no more. You don't steal from family and stay family. Tears and mucus mar the man's features as Ferrante reads the man his last rites. Thief or no, they'll consign him to Andra as tradition dictates. The vision passes, leaving you blinking on the deck of the Defiant. Looking into Ferrante's face, he raises an eyebrow.
I believe you have met such a fool. Captain Benweth of the Drake.
Despite the gravity of his words, he smiles grandly, and the dimples cut deeper into his left cheek. Yeah, I know it's Cypher's handiwork when I feel it. Tell yours to stay out of my head. The Blue Orland's mouth falls open.
Voxen of Ubilnet Merla. Careful, ship hunter. Mind that you do not confuse a useful skill set for a non-expendable one.
Ferrante glares at Seraphin. The Orland steps back, blinking away the rebuke, and peers at you, probing. His yellow-green eyes narrow, unfocused, as if trying to remember something. Then the captain turns a warm smile back to you.
My apologies. Rest assured, it will not happen again.
Apologies, Captain. Didn't mean it, really. We're up all night, you know, searching out our friend here.
He looks to you.
You've been at sea a while. Your mind starts playing tricks on you, aye? Well, mine plays tricks on others, too. Usually don't mean much. Maybe see a bit of shadow, hear a bit of tune. Not unless the person's sensitive. Like, say, a watcher.
He winks. I assumed the Drake was the ship Captain Benwith was on. Yeah, I remember the Drake.
Gelarde. Then that should make this easy. I am keen to show my rascal of a compatriot some much-needed humility. I thought perhaps you may care to as well.
Ferrante's, do my job for me, friend. Hope you don't die in the effort.
The rogue words flit through your thoughts like darters. Not quite your own, but not entirely unlike your own either. So where might I find this Captain Benwith? Say I wanted to teach him a lesson.
Benweth's Drake took damage during the storm. Eventually he will need to dock for repairs, and when he does, Seraphin can find him for you.
Ferrante flourishes a hand toward the Orlan at his side.
He is rather an unrefined creature, but he is a most skilled ship hunter, I assure you.
Unrefined? Begging your pardon, Captain, but I'd be the fucking model of the gentleman of fortune. As for Benwith, that sucker of squid tits be as predictable as the tide. I'd wager all my furriest bits that he'd set sail for Deadlight.
That would be felicitous indeed, as I believe the traitor Remaro hides there as well. I quite enjoy killing two men with a single bullet.
Wouldn't have even thought of it if you hadn't brought it up, sir.
Yet you feel a surge of anger that's not your own. Seraphin spins towards you and bows again.
Now, I ain't hardly in any hurry to leave the fine company of the gentlemen of leisure, but the captain be right about me finding your mark. Adding to that, you sail into Fort Deadlight not knowing your innies from your outies, you might very well find the locals cannon fucking your boat to sodden splinters.
He grins broadly. Alright, welcome aboard.
Oh, you won't be regretting this, Watcher. At least so long as you keep us heavy in grog and light on the onions. Ugh, them dirty shit apples ain't never agreed with me, and I'll be suspecting they never will.
He pats his belly as he strides to your side.
He's not sleeping near my berth, I promise you that much.
I sail now for Dunwich, my own safe port. I will await you there, should you be successful in schooling our wayward captain.
It's odd that it lets me make him a barbarian without the cipher. I would have assumed all of his classes would be cipher, something/cipher, barbarian/cipher. Because obviously, you know, story-wise, he's a cipher. And it's not like it let me make Aloth a pure fighter. It was either a wizard, a fighter wizard, or a fighter rogue. I'm inclined to just make him a pure cipher. I don't really care. I doubt I imagine at the moment he is the first person I will boot. Even when I find somebody I like more. Alrighty, back into the town. Get some shopping done. And level up Seraphim. Anything that nobody's good at. If something, yeah, no. A little bit of everything. Interesting, I can just get an improved version of the will buff passive at a lower level. What does he know? He knows Tenos, Shaken, and Confused. That's it. Doesn't seem very good. I'll just get a little bit of damage. Increase the focus gain, that seems important. Paralyze, only one round, but it is still a paralyze. That can be very potent. This is that slashing chain lightning. I did like that last time. I'm going to grab the paralyze first. I think it makes sense to get the extra duration since I've gone with Paralyze. Don't know if it'll be enough to make it take 2 turns, but worth a shot. I'll give him an Arbalist, whatever. I don't really care. Insight and Stealth. That's awkward. You really need to make sure your whole team is positioned to make effective use of that. I don't care for having to think ahead that much. Okay, sure, just fire damage. And need to take combat focus. It feels more or less necessary for spellcasters. Keep them from losing their casts, especially since there's so few spells that are standard speed. They're always what you would call it, casts.
Ado, begging your... We have supplies. Have a look.
Oof, that's more expensive than I'd anticipated. Probably gonna want to do it anyways, but I should check the sailors I can hire, which I assume will be in the Kraken's Eye. Might be the fellow that's right there, too. I should have done that while walking past him, just in case, but I imagine it's in the Kraken's Eye that I can hire the sailors.
Still kicking, eh? What'll it be?
Yeah. I'd like to hire some crew members onto my ship.
There's plenty of people looking for passage out of here.
Okay, well, several of them are free and very cheap daily wages, so I should take them. Interesting, they have different, like, water and food rations. I don't remember that. Not hiring you, Shield Sister Daily. Oh, no, I am. I was going to say I'm not hiring her because she has my portrait, but she doesn't. She has the portrait I used in PoE1. It's still a bit awkward, but less awkward than if she had my exact portrait. Now, you cost money for some reason, but I'm still going to hire you, because why not? You're only the same wages, so there's some starting gold isn't a big deal in there. Hired everybody. And that's great out here, so I got to go do that at the other shop, I guess.
The Juana ought to keep to themselves.
And when the next...
We have supplies here for... Have a look.
I don't think I'm gonna go for all 144 medicine, though. It feels unnecessary. In fact, I'm not gonna 100% fill up on... Well, I will on hammers. Everything else I'll do a little bit more limited, because I know you find a bunch of this stuff just lying around. Ammunition and repair, yeah. Should be adequate.
Race you to the coral.
No contest.
What? Just because you have webbed feet?
Alright, leave by sea. Okay, well, apparently I've hired on more people than I actually have slots to put them in the crew, so I guess a lot of people are just resting. Cook is cooking. Navigating deckhand. You're a deckhand who is currently my surgeon. Or nobody better than that? Yeah. Cannoneer. Helmsman. Surgeon and Cannoneer, and you're both deckhands. I guess that'll do. Do that, yeah. Don't know why I would ever not just put all my water in. I guess maybe you can cook with it. Now you can put stuff up there that gives people morale too, yeah, like that. I think they consume it in the order left to right, so boost morale a bit to start with. Well, it's decent to begin with. Not that. Oh, I gain bonus experience, or my ship's crew presumably gains bonus experience because they're content. Don't really have enough booze to give them anything enjoyable to drink, but no. With that, I have absolutely no idea how long this episode is going to be, thanks to the crash and needing to edit those sections together. I will be calling it here. Thank you all for watching and/or listening to Session 3 of this Pillars of Eternity 2 turn-based Triple Crown attempt. Hopefully you all will join me when I get to Session 4